Alright guys, welcome back to Bear Strong YouTube channel. So today guys, after talking to a couple of friends who sort of give me a kick in the backside, I decided to sort of re-look at the YouTube and what we've been doing. So basically we've had the YouTube channel now for about a year and a half, and I went through what videos have been the biggest videos, the most wanted videos, the most commented on, obviously the most likes, the most views. Like where is our main sort of audience coming from? And it is what I sort of expected. Everybody seems to enjoy the videos that are more personal to me, more about me, and are more about me being gay. And it's something that I have covered and I have gone into, but I've been really reluctant to do too much of it. And I guess that just comes from a confidence thing. I'm obviously very open about my sexuality. I'm a public figure, and it's well known, not even locally, but across the world. And but there's still something that's quite very hard about, I don't know, I guess going on about it too much, or like making it too big a thing. And it's something I really need to start taking control of and owning a wee bit. Now that no way means that the YouTube channel is just going to be about me being gay. Of course it's not. The YouTube channel is about me, it's about my life, and it's about Bear Strong. There's loads of training stuff in the channel, there's loads of stuff in my normal life, but what is actually the most popular has actually been something that I've neglected a bit. So that's something that I'm going to change around for the channel. In this episode I'm going to answer questions that you normally find when people start to get comfortable with you, or your friends and that there, they start to ask these questions. And they're questions that everybody wants to ask a gay guy. I guess looking back now, I can realise that I first started finding men attractive when I was about 9 or 10 years old. But back then you maybe never understood why or what's going on. And as you grow older as a teenager, I guess I started to realise a lot more. I can't really think back to any celebrities or anything like that there. I just know that in school and stuff that I found it very confusing, because I wasn't really interested in going with girls, but I wanted the guys to go with me, that they were interested in going with the girls. So you just really, I think then you suppressed it a lot more because you didn't have a clue what was going on, rather than suppress it and not want people to find out. And then as you get older, you suppress it a lot more, I think, because you don't want people to find out. But I probably realised and started to figure things out when I was about 9 or 10. I remember at P7 anyway, I remember things happening then, and probably started experimenting with guys when I was 15, 16 onwards. But probably realised initially when I was before my teens. Okay, so when did I come out? I came out when I was 27, 28. I was playing very loosely with it when I was 27, so it was obviously late in coming out, and I think that when I finally came out, it was just couldn't carry on trying to live a straight life anymore type of thing, and that's why I decided to come out. My coming out video, put the Dropbox up here if you want to hear the full coming out video, where I actually go into a lot more detail on it. Because I already did a video of that, I'm not going to go on about it too much, but it's about 27 or 28 when I first came out. I did have a lot of gay admirers before I came out, not as much now. I hate the word admirers, but fans or followers and stuff like that. Yeah, I would have had some before I came out, but my knowledge of the gay scene and all before I came out was so pathetic. So it was very interesting for me, as back then, not being out, to realise that I was admired quite a bit. I guess that was sort of very intriguing to want to see more or learn more about that type of thing, and I didn't really I didn't really understand. Well, I didn't understand any of it, and I found it all very confusing. I actually found it really confusing to understand like why a guy like me was found attractive, and I didn't actually become okay with that until like maybe a couple of years after coming out. I just assumed that like guys like Tom Daly and like guys with six packs and like guys who are like your normal image of a hot guy, I just assumed that they would be what is most popular. Of course, guys like that are incredibly popular. I basically just didn't think there was a place for me. I didn't know anything about it. I just back then, if you would have told me that there was people who either admired or inspired or like just followed me the way they do now because of my body, I've like been like wise the hell up. Like there's just no fucking chance of that. And yeah, I guess it's a bit surreal now. It's obviously really good for me now that I've learned about that, and like I've learned to probably love myself a lot more out of it too, if I'm going to be honest. I first kissed a guy, I think, when I was about 10 or 11 years old. It was just playground kiss type of thing. There wasn't really much in it. I probably didn't actually go with anybody who was actually gay until I was maybe 26, 25 or 26. I'd been with, I'd experimented a lot with guys as a teenager and in my early 20s, like a lot. But I never actually went with anybody who was a gay guy or a bi guy until I was like 25, 26. Anybody before that would have been in the same situation as me, and they would have sort of acknowledged themselves as being straight. The way I did up until that point, I acknowledged myself as being straight until I was maybe about 24, and then I told a few people I was bi, and then I actually came out as gay. So anybody I would have been with, in my teens and my 20s, were just guys who were the same as me, who would know themselves as straight, and it would never have been acknowledged as. I know it sounds so stupid to say it now, but thinking back then, that's the way my mindset and their mindset worked. That it wasn't being gay; it was just going with guys. That sounds so fucking stupid, but I guess people can relate to what I'm saying. There is a difference, obviously. Like there's a massive difference. I guess there's pros and cons with both. Obviously, for me personally, there's more pros with guys than there is cons. It's a lot more relaxed. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more outgoing with guys. Two guys have very similar mindsets, so like, and I don't feel you have to filter as much with guys. Like you can be a lot more open, and you can relate a lot more, and you can talk a lot more openly, which leads to things being a lot more adventurous. I think that can be the main difference that I found, and I can't talk for everyone. Anything I talk about, I'm not talking for anybody. It's my opinion. I find that because two guys obviously have a very similar mindset. They have totally different mindsets, but like, two guys can relate a lot more to sexual desire, sexual lust, sexual drive even, and when you can talk a lot more openly, and I feel that there's a lot less judgment when two guys talk about sex than I feel that a guy. Well, I found that me in the past, I would like talking to a woman, I would have to hold back maybe a wee bit of like what I actually felt or what I wanted to do, or like, you were always very cautious about what you said and stuff. And I know that like it's the same with a lot of other people, but you can be like me and my partner are like have been incredibly open about sharing with each other, and it just leads to having a lot better sex life then, because you're not scared about you're not worried about being judged on anything basically, because you just don't judge each other. Was I afraid before I came out? Yeah, like I don't think I was afraid just before I came out. Obviously, it was a lifetime of fear, like, you know, an absolute lifetime, and the worriness and the sickness and the anxiety. It's played a huge part in like why my mental health got so bad, and I think it plays a huge part with anxiety. You know, like I'm in such a good place in life now where like I'm being very successful and my life's very successful, and you know, really and truly it's at the stage where I shouldn't care about the hate because I'm outdoing all of the haters, if you know what I mean. But I think that anxiety about you know, when it comes with trolls and hatred and negativity, I think the anxiety that I still find hard to shake, I think that comes from just a lifetime of being anxious about people talking about you, about the fear of being out it, and the fear of people whispering and gossiping about you being gay and stuff. I think that, you know, that's one thing that has stayed that I wish I could get rid of, because it's like whenever some negativity comes along or some hatred comes along or people are trying to bring you down, like, you know in your heart of heart that you're better than that person, and you're doing better than that person, and you're making more money and you're more successful, and you should never have that. You should never have somebody below you trying to bring you down. It's as simple as that. It just doesn't make bloody sense. You should never have somebody above you trying to put you down either, but like, at least if somebody was above you, you could sort of respect that they've achieved more than you and maybe could criticise you, if that makes sense. So I should never let them people like affect me, but sometimes it does, and it purely does because I think because of my past and always worrying that something was going to be said and it's going to be a big bad thing. But realistically, like, you know, like looking at it in a realistic way, like there's nothing. I have no secrets now, like, you know what I mean, and there's nothing anybody can say to like cause you any damage and stuff, like, so like, you know, it's just hard to shake that. For like having 27 years of worrying, it's just hard to like finally let it all go, if you know what I mean. I'll be honest, it's something that it took a bit of getting used to. You know, whenever I came out about my sexuality, I wanted to own it. I wanted it to be my story to tell. I didn't want it to be whispers and gossip and stuff like that. So I owned it and I made it publicly. That was my choice. Nobody made it public for me. So of course it spread. And then whenever I realised the work that could be done there, you know, with Bear Strong and stuff, and telling my story and how much it could help people, it spread more and it did go worldwide. So like, to be, you know, to go at 27 years of age, deeply in the closet, to, you know, going into my 30s, like very open about my sexuality and known worldwide for it. Yeah, it's like madness, like, you know, to think about going from one extreme to the other in like 3 years. But like now, it's brilliant, you know what I mean? It feels amazing. It just, to be known worldwide within the community is incredible. And like, you know, I always say it, like, I love my community, and like, you know, I love the world that I'm now in, and for that word to be literally anywhere is incredible. For me, it's very hard at the moment, I guess, to enjoy it because of the way the world is right now. But for me, it is the community. You know, I know a lot of people go in, you know, when they come out, and they could be very non-seen, and that's everybody's choice. Like, everybody's, you know, can make their own choice and stuff like that. I definitely went the total opposite and like fully dived into the scene and fully dived into the community. And for me, one of the best things about being gay is being a part of that community. And the parties, the celebration, the events, just genuinely the friendships, you know, going to gay bars, gay clubs, being able to go to any city in the world and just walk into a community. It's fucking brilliant. Like I absolutely love it, and I think that's one of the true gifts that we have now, and we should be so thankful for now. is that them communities are there, them bars are there, and nightclubs is there. For a lot of people, and myself included, it's a safe space to go. You know, I just think it's brilliant, and the characters and the people, you know, is what makes it. You know what I mean? Like I'm very, very open regards to my friendships, and very open-minded now. Maybe wasn't so much years ago. Very open-minded now that you know, people come in all different shapes, sizes, personalities, and the more of that you have in your life, like, the better it actually makes your life. You know, the last thing you want to do is live your life be surrounded by people who are all the same as you. It's good to have a mixture of different colours in your life. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's something a wee bit different. We are really giving our YouTube a push this month, so there's going to be a lot more videos come out, so please make sure you subscribe and do me a favour and pick your favourite video on Bear Strong and share it across your channels. I really, really appreciate that, guys. Don't forget to check out the Bear Strong shop as well. There's loads of new merchandise has arrived in, and it can be shipped literally the next day straight out to you. There's a few things like the camo hoodies, the red hoodies. They're made to order, but give us a week or 10 days and we can have them in and then sent out. We've loads of white t-shirts in, we have loads of the long sleeve t-shirts in, we have loads of the grey jumpers in, we have loads of the black hoodies are in, on all sizes, and we can get them straight out to you. Don't forget as well, Bear Strong supplements. Shelves are filled with them right now. You need to get them moving, guys. Anything you can buy and support us right now is truly appreciated. The next video we're going to do, we're going to go out and about and do something. We have a few people booked in. We're going to do a series called Big Bear Tries, where I try my hand at a few different things, which is going to be pretty cool, a bit of a laugh. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and see you soon.